Welcome to Wild Kingdom Animal Documentary. Have you ever imagined standing beneath the majestic sequoia trees, where these towering giants reach toward the sky, covering a valley more than 8,000 feet? In fact, even the legendary Grand Canyon can't compare to the splendor and mystery of this land. Watch this video to journey with Wild Kingdom Animal Documentary to Indonesia, a mysterious country where the battle for survival among animals shows no signs of stopping. Follow us as we explore wild Indonesia, a place where the ancient secrets of nature are still hidden. The resilient plant and animal species that thrive here, a land where life and death are separated. On one side are the animals that evolved from Asia, while on the other side you find creatures with characteristics of Australia. The answer will be revealed. Join Wild Kingdom Animal Documentary as we explore the mysteries and witness the unyielding confrontations of the wild. In Sequoia and Kings Canyon, wildlife is an ongoing battle between the majestic and serene landscape of the sequoia trees serves as a perfect arena where predators quietly wait for their chance. A single moment of distraction and prey can fall into the hands of cunning hunters. Beneath the canopy, a mountain lion waits with sharp eyes, while the faint tracks of a mule deer on the ground show that a chase has. All of this unfolds in a silent yet intense moment. At the same time, black bears don't miss an opportunity. Their eyes are always on the lookout, searching for any sign of life, from fallen berries to carcasses. Black bears embody an essential quality in nature, the ability to adapt. What's notable in this area is that the conflict isn't just between species, it's also a harsh struggle against nature itself. The freezing climate in the highlands of the Sierra Nevada mountain range, animals like bighorn sheep must survive in an incredibly harsh world. Not only do they need to avoid predators, but they must also endure extreme weather conditions, where every day is a test of endurance. Life here is an ongoing battle, and only the strongest and most intelligent species can survive the challenge. And Indonesia, with such rich ecosystems, is an essential part of the fight to protect our planet. In this unforgiving wilderness, each step could be an opportunity to survive or a fatal mistake. Sharp instincts help them navigate adversity, but a single moment of distraction can turn them into prey. Mystery of this land. In the brutal forces of nature, there is no room for error. Only the strong and the wise can continue the fight for survival. Alongside the dramatic wildlife, Sequoia and Kings Canyon also serve as sanctuaries for the breathtaking beauty of nature and the remnants of ancient civilizations. This area is not only a paradise for animals. The Indonesian archipelago is also the heart of the Coral Triangle, one of the largest and most diverse marine ecological areas in the world. On September 25, 1890, Sequoia National Park was established, marking a pivotal moment in the history of natural conservation. In 1940, Kings Canyon National Park was also created to protect one of the deepest valleys in North America and the majestic peaks of the Sierra Nevada range. These two parks share similar terrain and ecosystems, which led to their merger in 1943. From the foothills at 1,500 feet to the highest peak in the U.S., Mount Whitney at 14,505 feet, Sequoia and Kings Canyon. The mountains, deep valleys, and ancient forests form a stunning landscape that cannot be rivaled anywhere else. It's a fantastic playground for all kinds of wildlife, from stealthy mountain lions hunting to bighorn sheep herds climbing steep terrain in search of shelter. This area spans about 134,000 square miles, including large islands like Solor, Flombok, Sumbawa, and Tior, along with many smaller islands. Amidst the grandeur of nature, the sounds of the wind, the stealthy footsteps on dry leaves, or the echoing roar of a predator paint a vivid picture of the struggle for. In this region, the deciduous forests of the Lesser Sunda Islands stretch across the islands of Wallacea, creating a truly unique ecological area. And even though nature's harshness always lurks, each individual continually rises, fights, and conquers. For in this wild world, what's truly unfolding among the ancient trees and towering cliffs of Sequoia and Kings Canyon? Their eyes are always on the lookout, searching for any sign. The mysteries, the breathtaking hunts, and the harsh realities of survival are waiting for you to discover. Natural quality in nature, the ability to adapt. Join Wild Kingdom Animal Documentary to witness the wonder of the wild firsthand. It's also a harsh struggle against nature itself. The remarkable adaptation of the species here has allowed life to thrive in this arid and challenging environment. This area is considered a living picture of nature, with Kings Canyon, one of the deepest canyons in North America, plunging to depths of up to 8. The sheer granite cliffs, along with the winding Kings River, flow like an ancient current, creating an inspiring, vibrant, and grand wild landscape. Strongest and most intense. The dramatic changes in elevation and diverse climate within the region have created a rich ecosystem where over 1,300 species of native plants thrive. In this unforgiving wilderness, of the species here has allowed life to thrive in this arid and challenging environment. This area is considered a living picture of nature, with Kings Canyon, one of the deepest canyons in North America, plunging to depths of up to 8. The sheer granite cliffs, along with the winding Kings River, flow like an ancient current, creating an inspiring, vibrant, and grand wild landscape. Strongest and most intense. The dramatic changes in elevation and diverse climate within the region have created a rich ecosystem where over 1,300 species of native plants thrive. In this unforgiving wilderness, and perhaps you've heard of Komodo National Park, home to one of the most mysterious creatures on the planet, the Komodo dragon. Among them, the Sequoia General Sherman stands out as the largest tree in the world by volume. This tree is an eternal symbol of time and endurance. Alongside the vibrancy of the plant world, Sequoia and Kings Canyon are also a paradise for wildlife, home to The name Balanced Wilderness Ecosystem is truly fitting for this place, where each animal and plant species contributes to an eternal. The dry foothills of Sequoia and Kings Canyon present a strange contrast. Sumbawa. From the low forests at elevations ranging from 820 to 2,950 feet, where pines, cedars, and drought-resistant grasses grow. Every animal here must struggle with the intense heat and lack of water. Soaring high above the arid lands of Sequoia and Kings Canyon, the red-tailed hawk, Buteo jamecensis, stretches its wings like a lord of the sky. This is one of the most common raptors in the area. With its robust body and broad wings, the red-tailed hawk is a true ruler of the skies. Kings Canyon. Watching the red-tailed hawk glide through the vast space, its wings gently flapping, it seems as though each beat is part of a flawless. The skin of the Komodo dragon, covered in large scales, acts as armor, protecting it from bites and the harsh conditions of the dry forests where it lives. Its outer feathers are designed to withstand the intense sunlight, while the soft underlayer. Furthermore, the red-tailed hawk uses a single fatal bite marks the end for any prey unfortunate enough to cross their path. Thanks to this soaring ability, the red-tailed hawk can travel for hours without tiring, efficiently. The red-tailed hawk is not only a master of flight, but also a skilled hunter. Throughout the day, it hunts for prey like rodents and rabbits. To maintain its health, an adult red-tailed hawk needs to consume 7 to 11% of its body weight each day, equivalent to hunting approximately. This is when the red-tailed hawk's survival. Komodo dragons will chase their prey and tear it apart by using their forelimbs to hold the carcass in place while feeding. Summer in Sequoia and Kings Canyon presents not only challenges. To speed things up, they often slam the carcass against trees until it is small enough to swallow whole. Yet, it is in these challenges that they have learned to adapt, evolve, and become an indispensable part of. And do you notice the wonder in the survival abilities of the creatures here? Join me as we continue to explore the marvels that nature has created. The red-tailed hawk, Buteo jamecensis, is not only a magnificent predator. Although it can fly for miles in search of prey, this bird knows how to conserve energy efficiently. With a wingspan ranging from 3.6 to 5 feet and expert soaring skills, the red-tailed hawk nearly conquers the skies. Its hunting tactics are unique. It often selects. Once a target is identified, the red-tailed hawk dives at incredible. Its vision is extremely sharp. The hawk can spot prey from over 100 feet away, even when it's hidden beneath a layer of leaves. With its soaring skills and superior vision, the red-tailed hawk is a true hunter. During breeding season, the red-tailed hawk begins building its nest in March or April, where each animal and plant species contributes to an eternal. They are smaller than their European wild boar relatives, with weights ranging from 77 to 220 pounds. This helps protect the young from dangerous predators. 50 feet, where pines, cedars, and drought-resistant a species that can survive in such a tough environment with scorching heat waves and scarce rainy seasons. Measuring up to 38 inches in diameter and 6 to 10 inches deep, the red-tailed hawk's nest is like a fortress. When their nest is threatened, red-tailed hawks do not hesitate to show their strong protective instinct. With a short rainy season and rainfall ranging from 31.5 to 53 inches annually, the environment here is far from comfortable. This devoted protection is what makes this bird a symbol of strength and resilience in nature. its wings. Are you captivated by the courage and indomitable spirit of this bird? If the answer is yes, leave a 1 in the comments to let us know you're also passionate about the animal kingdom. And if you want to discover more fascinating mysteries about Sequoia and Kings Canyon, don't forget to like, subscribe to the Wild Kingdom. In the dry ecosystem of Sequoia and Kings Canyon, the black bear, Ursus americanus, is the most common. This bear has developed unique survival strategies to adapt to the harsh conditions of hot summer temperatures and food scarcity. They are not only survivors, but also key players in the tropical forest ecosystem of Wallacea. When temperatures rise, they seek shelter in caves, dense forests, or under large tree canopies to protect. Sumatra is renowned for its mountainous terrain, with peaks over 1,000 meters high, creating a highly diverse tropical rainforest ecosystem. The ability to regulate their body temperature allows black bears to move comfortably between different environments. The lowland tropical forests of Sumatra are famous for their diverse vegetation, including coniferous forests and wetlands. As omnivores, black bears often forage for food in arid areas. Yet, it is in these challenges that they have learned to adapt, evolve. They search for berries, roots, and insects, even hunting small animals or scavenging carcasses. The red-tailed hawk, Buteo jamecensis, is not only a Their climbing ability is a major advantage, allowing them to reach valuable berries from high up or escape danger. 3.6 to 5 feet and expert soaring skills, the red-tailed hawk nearly conquers the. Not only do they dominate the ground, but black bears also explore higher During the dry season, when vegetation withers and food sources become scarce, black bears adjust their They begin searching for pine nuts and acorns, drought-tolerant plants that become an essential food source to maintain energy during. Throughout the summer and fall, black bears eat relentlessly to build fat reserves, aiming to increase their body weight by 30%. This fat serves as vital energy during their winter hibernation. While black bears forage in the lowlands, mountain lions, Puma concolor, silently move through sparse forests and rocky cliffs. This animal stands out for its versatile hunting ability. For the mountain lion, Sequoia and Kings Canyon are not only a place to live, but also the perfect hunting ground for prey. Every step it takes on the treacherous cliffs and dense forests demonstrates the mountain lion's exceptional ability to blend into this. The mountain lion, also known as the cougar, Puma concolor, is a wild animal famous for its mysterious and adaptable hunting skills. Its scientific name, concolor, means uniform color, referring to its simple, uniform coat. Measuring up to 38 inches in diameter and 6 to 10 inches. These tusks are not only a defensive weapon, but also a symbol of strength in territorial battles. The mountain lion requires a vast territory to survive, sometimes up to 130 to 400 square kilometers. Throughout the day, when the intense heat of the sun dominates, they seek shelter in caves, cracks, or under large. As night falls, the mountain lion enters its golden hour, the perfect time for hunting. Its wings gently. Are you captivated by the courage and indomitable? As the apex predator in the dry foothill ecosystem, the mountain lion has powerful hind legs, capable of jumping up to 18 feet. This species of lizard can grow up to 8.9 feet long and weigh as much as 88 pounds. Mule deer mostly live in sparse forests and dry grasslands, where they feed primarily on drought-resistant plants, such as shrubs and leaves. Black bear, Ursus americanus. Mule deer consume between 4 to 6 pounds of plants each day, and they also absorb water from their food. These environments provide a rich food source and ideal living conditions for survival. However, these keen senses are sometimes not enough to counter the stealth and strength of the mountain lion. The mountain lion's hunt takes place entirely in the darkness. Peaks open. They move silently through the bushes and sharp rocks, using their highly sensitive vision and hearing to track every. As an opportunistic predator, it hunts a wide range of prey, from fish and frogs to birds, small animals, and even carrion. They are not in a rush, returning to eat over the next. A mountain lion can consume between 20 to 30 pounds of meat in one sitting, and then rely on. Continuing the journey through Sequoia and Kings Canyon, the high, icy mountains of the Sierra Nevada open up to an. Here, snow covers the ground nearly year-round, creating a pristine white landscape that laps. Underwater, the water monitor uses its long, muscular tail to move at high speed, catching fish and aquatic creatures with precision. This is the home of the Sierra Nevada bighorn sheep, Ovis canadensis sierra, a species with extraordinary adaptability to the cold. With fewer than 300 individuals remaining in 2023, the Sierra Nevada bighorn sheep faces immense challenges. But did you know, aside from nature, what we can do to reduce environmental pollution? If you do, don't hesitate to share your thoughts in the comments. The bighorn sheep has developed unique survival strategies, including expert climbing abilities and feeding on drought-resistant plants, which help them maintain their health through the harsh, cold winter. Every step the Sierra Nevada bighorn sheep takes on the rugged granite terrain. Although the area is not large, these islands are strategically located between the Banda Sea and the Arafura Sea, creating a unique and rich ecosystem. The brief summer brings a wave of fresh growth to the vegetation, as the snow melts and lush green meadows emerge, providing crucial nourishment to help the bighorn sheep build energy for the upcoming. The adaptation of this species is truly a marvel. Every step it takes on the treacherous cliffs and dense forests demonstrates the mountain lion's exceptional ability to. Their large, sturdy hooves stabilize them on the rocky terrain, not only protecting them from predators. Known for its impressive size and strength, the reticulated python can grow over 30 feet long. However, the freezing winter, with thick snow and plunging temperatures, is truly a formidable challenge. By constricting and swallowing prey whole, the python helps prevent overpopulation of certain species, thereby maintaining the health of the entire ecosystem. Their thick fur acts as a protective shield, helping them withstand the biting cold. Grow up to 8.9 feet long and weigh as much as 88 pounds. In November and December, as the snow falls and the cold intensifies, the breeding season for the bighorn sheep begins. Shrubs and leaves. The males engage in fierce battles with their massive, curved horns, each clash echoing like thunder through the mountains. Food. These are struggles to establish dominance and reproductive rights. However, these keen senses are sometimes not enough to counter the stealth and strength of the mountain lion. Or under large the mountain lion's. The horns of these sheep are not just weapons, they are a history of survival, with each year adding another ring, marking their endurance. When spring arrives, the females seek out high cliffs to give birth, where these locations serve not only as safe refuges, but also as the starting. They must learn to navigate steep rocks to avoid predators. Turning to eat over the next few. A mountain lion can consume between 20 to 30 pounds of meat in one sitting, and then rely. To the west of Wallacea is Sundaland, an area that was once part of the Eurasian continent during the Ice Age. At elevations over 8,200 feet in Sequoia and Kings Canyon, a small creature survives as a symbol of the snow-covered highlands. to the cold and harsh environment. With fewer than 300 individuals remaining in 2023, the Sierra Nevada. However, when the Ice Age ended, sea levels rose, separating this land into isolated islands, transforming the landscape and forcing animal species to adapt or face extinction. Pikas are extremely sensitive to temperature, and if the surrounding environment exceeds 77 degrees Fahrenheit, they can. The landscape here changes dramatically from tropical rainforests to savannas and deciduous forests as you move north. These strategies help them conserve energy and avoid risks posed by unfavorable weather conditions, creating a unique and rich. However, the survival of pikas is threatened by climate change. Vegetation, as the snow melts and lush green meadows emerge, providing crucial nourishment. These forests are home to 381 species of mammals, 173 of which cannot be found anywhere else on Earth. On the cold cliffs and deep canyons of Sequoia and Kings Canyon, pikas have developed clever survival strategies. Moves stabilize them on the rocky terrain, not only protecting them from predators, but also known for natural rock piles act as fortresses, allowing them to quickly escape from predators like birds of prey and wolves. Pikas can also emit distinctive calls to alert others of danger, each cry echoing across the mountains as a desperate plea for help. Will the pika, with its ingenious survival strategies, be able to overcome the increased? Join us to explore their dramatic story in this video on the Wild Kingdom channel. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments so we can spread the message. At elevations between 6,600 and 9,800 feet, where the winters are long and harsh, this mammal resides in the high mountain areas of Sequoia and Kings Canyon. The marmot prepares for its extended hibernation by storing food during the summer, relying on accumulated body fat to sustain it throughout the winter. The survival system of the marmot, like the pika, is a prime example of adaptability and resilience. After reading the stories of the bighorn sheep, pika, and marmot, can you feel the endurance and relentless fight of these animals in this challenging life? The southern red deer has a body length ranging from 35 to 47 inches, a height from 17 to 24 inches, and weighs between 33 to 40 pounds, making it smaller than other deer species. The yellow-bellied marmot, a prominent rodent species in the high-altitude ecosystem. The males have short, pointed antlers used for fighting over territory and mating rights, along with large canine teeth, a feature that helps in self-defense. The southern red deer is mostly nocturnal or active at dusk, moving quickly through the forest. When winter comes, the marmot retreats deep into underground burrows, which can be as deep as 10 feet, to escape the bone-chilling cold. Here, they enter a state of hibernation, with their heart rate slowing from 180 beats per minute to only 30, and their body temperature dropping. The green peafowl, also known as the Indonesian green pheasant, is a rare bird species in the Phasianidae family, known for its stunning beauty. Everything seems paused in the cold, like a play on intermission before spring returns. Pikas can also emit distinctive calls to alert others of danger. This is not just a battle against time, but a race for survival against the brutal cold and stillness of the alpine plain. The animals here must adapt to the incredibly tough conditions, and the yellow-bellied marmot stands as a symbol of resilience in the. Every day, they face continuous challenges, from finding food in the freezing winter to protecting themselves. The environment here has a distinct wet and dry season, which influences the breeding season of the green peafowl. During the breeding season, the males perform characteristic displays by spreading their tail and moving to attract females. Despite their small size, they never stop fighting to survive, turning every day into a... Life here teaches us that strength doesn't always come from muscles, but from the ability to adapt. In the high mountains of Sequoia and Kings Canyon, a special tree, the whitebark pine, Pinus albicollis, stands firm against the harsh, cold winds. In this The barley miner bird, also known as the barley finch, is an endemic bird species of Bali, Indonesia, regarded as a precious symbol of the island. In this ecosystem, the Clark's nutcracker, Nucifraga columbiana, plays a crucial role. The yellow-bellied marmot. This bird is heavily dependent on the whitebark pine for survival. The males have short... Every year, the Clark's nutcracker stores between 30,000 and 100. However, it's not just the bird that benefits from the pine seeds. The seeds themselves are part of the regeneration. The seeds that the bird does not consume can sprout and grow into seedlings, enriching the alpine ecosystem. Pikas can also emit. However, the decline of the whitebark pine due to climate change is putting both the bird and the tree in a difficult situation. Survival. According to the IUCN, this species is listed as critically endangered, with the wild population dropping to fewer than 100 individuals in the 1990s. This is one of the greatest challenges that the alpine ecosystem is currently facing. Bellied marmot. In the high mountains of Sequoia and Kings Canyon, rivers like the Kings River and Ka Creek, originating from ancient... This region is a prime example of a tropical rainforest ecosystem, where towering trees like dipterocarps dominate. Even though glaciers like Darwin Glacier and Palisade Glacier are gradually shrinking due to climate change, they still play an irreplaceable. The meltwater from these glaciers provides a crucial water source for streams and rivers, especially during dry summer months. Survive, turning every day into a test of persistence. When the summer heat hits, the water melting from the glaciers becomes the sole lifeline for this arid land. Harsh, cold winds. High-altitude lakes like Ray Lake and Kosag Lake. These lakes sustain life throughout the dry season when rainfall is scarce and the land is barren. In this ecosystem, the meltwater from the glaciers is not just water, it is the breath of an entire ecosystem. This bird is heavily dependent. The DOA lives and hunts in packs, typically ranging from 5 to 12 individuals, making them highly effective hunters. In these lakes, fish and aquatic creatures thrive in the chilly waters, playing an important role. From yellow-bellied marmots to the plant life and creatures in the lakes, each species in Sequoia and Kings Canyon. Have you ever wondered how they manage to survive in such harsh conditions? Whitebark pine due to climate change is putting both the bird and the... It is their resilience and ability to adapt to the environment, from storing food for the winter to survival strategies like... Every species contributes to an indispensable part of this vast ecological picture. individuals in the 1990s. They are not just predators or prey, but also architects who maintain the delicate balance between the life, whether strong or fragile, always finds a way to adapt and evolve. And it is through these survival struggles that we come to understand more deeply the hidden strength of nature and the invisible connection between all species. In the cold lakes of Sequoia and Kings Canyon, the mountain trout, Oncorhynchus mykiss, a high-altitude fish species, faces one of the greatest challenges of its life cycle. Provides a crucial. The breeding season is a critical time when the mountain trout must find suitable areas to spawn, battling the strong currents of the streams. However, climate change, particularly the shrinking of glaciers, is posing a significant threat to this species. As glaciers shrink, the cool meltwater that feeds the streams diminishes. The survival of this species now depends on protecting the glaciers, the essential source of clean water for the streams and rivers. Hunts in pack. For the yellow-legged frog, Rana muscosa, life is also threatened as glaciers shrink. In these lakes, fish and aquatic creatures thrive in the chilly waters. Although this frog species is capable of surviving in cold water and enduring freezing winters, when glaciers no longer maintain a steady flow of water, the streams that serve as their habitat. Like the mountain trout, the yellow-legged frog depends on the cold water provided by glacial melt. As this cool water diminishes, their future becomes increasingly uncertain. It is their resilience and ability to adapt to the environment, from storing food for the winter. Deep beneath the majestic peaks of Sequoia and Kings Canyon lies a limestone cave system, where an entirely different world. CO2-rich water slowly dissolves the layers of limestone, creating stunning geological wonders like Crystal Cave. This cave is not just a relic of time, but also a place that preserves fossils of ancient creatures that once inhabited the region during the Ice Age. Connection between all species in this This area receives abundant rainfall from 118 to 177 inches annually, providing the ideal conditions for dense tropical rainforests to thrive. The sediment layers within the cave not only hold these fossils like pages in a stone book, but also tell the continuous story of time. In the strong currents of the stream, water flows through the cave's walls, carving out stories from the past and continuing to create. Particularly in high-altitude areas, heath species like rhododendron thrive, creating a diverse landscape. The caves in Sequoia and Kings Canyon are not only refuges for wildlife, but also habitats for many unusual animal species. Streams. Animals like bats, weasels, mice, and snakes find protection from. Share your thoughts in the comments so the Wild Kingdom animal documentary community can explore and discuss together. Some bat species even live on cliffs, in tree canopies, and under bridges, scattered across the area from foothills to peaks over 10,000 feet. It is capable of surviving in cold water and enduring. In addition to bats, invertebrates like spiders, scorpions, beetles, and centipedes have all. One of the most unique species is the Crystal Cave centipede, a newly discovered species named after the famous conservationist John Muir. Increasingly uncertain. These species are not only evidence of the region's biodiversity, but climate change affects not only large animals, but also has a profound impact on small creatures that play a crucial role in this ecosystem. Cave system, where an entirely different. The mountain rainforests of West Java also provide an ideal environment for the silver gibbon, an endemic species found in the mountain forests of Java. While some species have developed unique survival mechanisms, the rapid environmental changes present even greater challenges to life here. This technique allows them to forage for food while avoiding predators on the ground. Protecting glaciers and freshwater ecosystems is not only crucial for fish and frogs, but also key to the survival of thousands of other animal species. Without timely conservation efforts, life in Sequoia and Kings Canyon may face serious threats in the near future. Story of time. The ecosystem of Sequoia and Kings Canyon, with its towering sequoia trees, has witnessed the fierce struggle for survival of animals for thousands of years. However, within this fragile life cycle, life here is facing unprecedented challenges as temperatures have risen by 1.1 degree to 2.8 over the past century. Rhododendron thrive. These changes have caused significant disruptions in the ecosystem, especially the reduction in meltwater from glaciers, the lifeline for many species, such as. This loss is not only harming the rivers and streams, but also threatening the balance of the entire high-altitude. A prime example of environmental change is the shrinkage of the Darwin Glacier, which has lost 55% of its area in just 1 century. Mice and snakes. Shorter winters and reduced snowfall are putting cold water-dependent animals like the yellow-legged frog, Rana muscosa, and Sierra Nevada big. Furthermore, prolonged summer droughts and the shortage of meltwater from glaciers are not only damaging rivers, but also disrupting the. In the darkness of the caves, bats are not only nocturnal hunters, but also play a crucial role in the nutrient cycle. They prey on insects, particularly crop-damaging pests, helping to control insect populations and reduce reliance on pesticides, bringing However, while bats hunt, they also become prey for other animals such as hawks. This creates a complex and balanced ecological web, where every species plays an important role. Scorpions, beetles, and fire is a natural part of the life cycle of. In the past, small fires helped thin out competitive vegetation, returned nutrients to the soil, and allowed sunlight to penetrate the forest canopy. However, over the past century, with the onset of climate change and prolonged droughts, fires have ceased to serve as a regenerative force. For example, from 2020 to 2021, fires like the SQF complex fire burned between 13% and 19% of the sequoia trees in Sequoia and Kings. The entire ecosystem was disrupted, with large trees falling and animals. However, it is not only nature that has left its mark on the majestic landscape of Sequoia and Kings Canyon, but human activity as well. Climate change affects not only every step, every voice that echoes through the quiet mountains and valleys leaves a lasting impression. Entirely different world. More than 2 million visitors come to these national parks each year, and every human action can. Human impacts not only weaken the natural balance, but also transform a wilderness paradise into a place that is increasingly unrecognizable. While some species have developed unique survival mechanisms, the rapid environmental changes present. Climate change is placing immense pressure on the ecosystems of Sequoia and Kings Canyon. Forage for food. The mangrove forests of Sumatra are among the largest mangrove ecosystems in Southeast Asia, with notable areas like Riau, Jambi, and South Sumatra located at the heart of this unique ecosystem. Over thousands of years, peat has formed from the slow decomposition of organic materials such as leaves and tree roots, creating layers up to 49 feet thick in some areas. Former habitats have become barren lands, directly affecting their reproductive capabilities and survival. The ecosystems of Sequoia and Kings Canyon are facing serious challenges. In particular, species from the Dipterocarpaceae family and the rare ramen tree thrive in this wetland environment. However, amidst these challenges, there are still opportunities for conservation and environmental protection. Temperatures have risen by 1.1. If humans and conservation organizations can act swiftly to mitigate the impacts of climate change and protect animals like black bears and mountain lions are gradually retreating from areas where they once hunted and reproduced, driven away by noise. Geographic isolation has led to the formation of a unique subspecies that is compact and fully adapted to the harsh ecological conditions of Sumatra. However, the light and noise from guided tours are disrupting the tranquility of their habitat, causing sensitive species like bats to disappear. In the past, the fresh, clean air of Sequoia and Kings Canyon was an integral part of the natural landscape, but now this air is low-level ozone infiltrates the air, damaging the lungs and weakening the immune systems of wildlife. Meltwater from glaciers. The whitebark pine, a symbol of high-altitude regions, is losing its ability to photosynthesize, and the once Clark's nutcracker, the bird that depends on pine seeds, is struggling to find food. Each day, a Sumatran elephant can consume up to 330 pounds of food, including leaves, grass, and fruits. To protect this fragile ecosystem, Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Parks have implemented measures to limit. Currently, only about 2,400 to 2,800 Sumatran elephants remain in the wild. This helps minimize disruption to their habitat and prevent conflicts between humans and animals. To protect sensitive tree species, like the whitebark pine, the parks have collaborated with federal and state agencies to monitor. Air monitoring stations have been installed to track the impact of ozone on the ecosystem. One of the most inspiring conservation stories is the recovery of the Sierra Nevada bighorn sheep. For example, from 2020 to 2021, fires. And as Borneo became isolated by the sea, they are smaller than Bornean orangutans, with adult males weighing from 88 to 198 pounds and females from 66 to 110 pounds. However, thanks to collaborative efforts between the California Department of Fish and Wildlife and federal agencies, the species has seen a. In March 2014, 14 bighorn sheep were relocated to the Bigar Arroyo area in Sequoia National Park, marking their return after more than 100 years of absence. More than 2 million visitors. The Sumatran orangutan is a solitary species, typically living alone in the high branches of trees. They have a very slow reproductive cycle, giving birth only once every 7 to 9 years, making population recovery extremely difficult as their numbers have sharply declined. Despite the ongoing challenges, conservation efforts continue with the hope of restoring the declining population. The mangrove. In the darkness of these challenges, there is still a glimmer of hope. Notable areas like Riau, Jambi, and South Sumatra, located at the heart of this unique ecosystem. Every individual can contribute to the change by participating in conservation programs and supporting ecosystem. Although there are still many difficulties, conservation efforts persist, carrying the hope of rejuvenating species that are on the brink of extinction. Amidst the darkness of challenge, the light of hope still flickers, illuminating the path ahead. The ecosystems of Sequoia and Kings Canyon Every person, even through small actions, can contribute to significant change by participating in conservation programs. Each careful step on the trails, each conservation story shared, is like a small flame igniting, rekindling faith in the... Share your amazing experiences when visiting Sequoia and Kings Canyon in the comments below this video. So the Wild Kingdom animal documentary. Your thoughts will become a powerful source of inspiration, spreading the important message about protecting ancient forests, snow-covered. According to the IUCN, the false gharial is listed as a species at risk, with only about 2,500 to 10,000 individuals remaining in the wild. The tropical pine forests of Sumatra are a characteristic ecosystem in the northern region of Sumatra, Indonesia, particularly around Lake Toba and along the Barisan mountain range. The dry climate and high elevation create ideal conditions for the growth of the endemic tropical pine species Pinus marusi. This is the only tropical pine species in the world that can naturally grow near the equator. Pinus marusi trees can reach heights of 80 to 150 feet and are distinguished by their thick bark and long needles, which help them withstand dry conditions and frequent forest fires. The leopard cat is one of the small wildcat species with the widest distribution in Asia, from Nepal, China to Southeast Asia and Indonesia. The evolutionary origin of this species dates back millions of years in the Felidae family, showcasing its excellent adaptability to various environments, from tropical rainforests and swamps to mountainous areas. The leopard cat is relatively small compared to other wild cats, with adults weighing from 4.4 to 17.6 pounds and a body length of about 16 to 26 inches. The leopard cat also has a tail length ranging from 9 to 12 inches. Its fur is yellow-brown or gray with distinctive black spots, similar to a leopard, helping it blend easily into its natural environment. The face of the leopard cat features two black stripes running from its eyes to the back of its head and white spots on its cheeks, giving it a unique appearance. The leopard cat is primarily nocturnal, with keen eyes that can detect prey even in low light conditions. Its hunting strategy is usually ambush. It silently hides in tall grass or dense foliage and launches a sudden attack when the prey approaches. Not only strong and agile on the ground, the leopard cat also has excellent climbing skills, allowing it to hunt birds and small animals in trees. These climbing abilities help it avoid threats from larger predators. Additionally, it has a well-developed sense of hearing, capable of detecting movements of mice or insects in the grass. If you find this video interesting, don't forget to support us by liking and subscribing to the channel so you won't miss the next adventure. Keep following us as we explore the wonders and attractions of the beautiful land of Indonesia. The rainforests of Borneo stretch across the island of Borneo, particularly in the southern region of Indonesia, including the Kalaman area. These forests, located at elevations below 1,000 meters, cover hill areas, plains, and river valleys. This region is considered one of the most biodiverse places in the world, with an estimated 15,000 plant species, including 267 species from the Dipterocarp family and thousands of animal species. The tall canopy creates complex ecological layers, providing habitats for many rare and endemic species. The Borneo rainforest is the ideal habitat for the Bornean orangutan, one of the 3 remaining species of orangutans, alongside the Sumatran and Tapanuli orangutans. The dense vegetation here not only provides abundant food sources, but also creates shelter for this great ape species. Orangutans share about 97% of their DNA with humans, making them one of our closest relatives in the primate family. In the past, the Bornean orangutan was widely distributed across Southeast Asia, but now they are found only on the island of Borneo, where they have perfectly adapted to the conditions of the lowland rainforests. This lowland rainforest environment features many fruit-bearing trees, such as figs and jackfruits, creating a natural feast for the orangutans. The Bornean orangutan is a large species, with adult males weighing between 110 to 220 pounds and standing from 3.9 to 4.9 feet tall, while females are smaller, weighing between 66 to 110 pounds. The most noticeable feature of adult males is the development of thick cheek pads as they age, a sign of dominance in the group. Their thick, reddish-orange fur helps them blend into the dense tropical rainforest. Most of the Bornean orangutan's life takes place in the trees, with their long and strong arms allowing them to move through the canopy with great agility. They rarely come down to the ground and rely on their powerful limbs to swing from tree to tree in search of food. This species is very independent, although males often use long calls to communicate. The Bornean orangutans attract mates with their calls, which can be heard up to 1 kilometer away in the dense Bornean jungle. With dense vegetation and a humid climate year-round, Borneo provides a rich food source for the sun bear, the smallest bear species. Male sun bears weigh between 60 to 150 pounds, while females are smaller, weighing between 40 to 80 pounds. Sun bears particularly enjoy living in trees, often building nests on large branches to sleep or take shelter, keeping away from potential dangers. The name sun bear comes from its short, dense black fur, with a white or yellow crescent-shaped spot on its chest, resembling the sun. Sun bears are omnivores, eating a variety of foods such as fruits, honey, insects, and small animals. In particular, they have a tongue that can be up to 10 inches long, which helps them easily lick honey from tree crevices. They also have curved and sharp claws, which they use for hunting or digging for roots and insect nests. Although not a primary predator, sun bears use their strength to hunt birds or small animals when necessary. However, they mainly sustain themselves on a diet of fruits, particularly figs and papayas. Currently, the IUCN lists the sun bear as a vulnerable species due to habitat loss and illegal hunting. The sun bear population in Borneo is estimated to be only a few thousand individuals and continues to decline due to increasing deforestation and threats from humans. The mangrove forests along the coastal areas and large river plains of Sumatra, Borneo, and the Riau archipelago thrive in wetland and brackish water environments. Salt-tolerant species like Rora vinea and Sancha dominate, creating a multi-layered ecosystem with unique root systems. Submerged roots and prop roots anchor deep into the mud, stabilizing coastal soil and protecting the shoreline from erosion. These prop roots help the trees absorb oxygen from the air, as wetland soil often lacks oxygen, allowing the trees to withstand natural forces such as tides and storms. This ecosystem is not only crucial for coastal protection, but also serves as a habitat for many endemic plant and animal species. The proboscis monkey, a unique primate species, primarily lives in Borneo, in swamp environments, and is capable of semi-aquatic life in mangrove forests and swamps. This is one of the most distinctive primates in Southeast Asia, easily recognizable by the long nose of the male. The proboscis monkey is one of the largest primates in Asia, with adult males weighing between 44 to 53 pounds, while females are lighter, weighing between 15 to 26 pounds. The long nose of the male can reach up to 7 inches in length, a unique feature in the primate world. This nose not only attracts females, but also helps amplify sound during communication. The proboscis monkey is a semi-aquatic primate with excellent swimming abilities. They can swim across rivers and swamps using their webbed feet, allowing them to move quickly in the water to search for food or escape predators. This ability helps the proboscis monkey survive and thrive in mangrove ecosystems. Their diet mainly consists of leaves, fruits, and seeds from mangrove trees. Notably, proboscis monkeys have a complex stomach with multiple chambers, which helps them digest cellulose in leaves and extract nutrients from difficult-to-digest plants. Interestingly, they can also eat leaves containing toxins that many other primates cannot digest. On large trees and cliffs near the water, the white-bellied sea eagle often builds its nest, taking advantage of the abundant food sources from the mangrove forests, such as fish, turtles, and waterfowl. The white-bellied sea eagle is a large raptor with a strong body structure and a wingspan ranging from 5.9 to 7.2 feet, allowing it to fly high and hunt over vast areas. The wetland areas of the Sundar Shelf mangrove forests provide ideal conditions for the eagle to hunt by flying low over the water and using its sharp talons to catch fish near the surface. Meanwhile, the Brahmin kite, also known as the Red Sea kite, serves as a natural scavenger. As a medium-sized raptor, the Brahmin kite is common in Southeast Asia, South Asia, and the coastal regions of Australia. The Brahmin kite is easily recognizable by its reddish-brown feathers and white head and chest, making it easy to spot from a distance. The Brahmin kite not only hunts fish, crabs, and small animals, but also feeds on carrion, helping to clean the coastal environment. Along the southern coast of New Guinea, the area of plains and swamps is characterized by vast coastal forests and flooded wetlands. This is one of the most pristine and biodiverse areas of Indonesia, stretching from the Dagal River area to coastal plains and swamps. The mangrove forests, with species like Spartina alterniflora and Avinia, not only protect the coastline from erosion, but also provide breeding grounds for many aquatic species. These forests play a significant role in the sustainability and stability of the wetland and floodplain ecosystems, creating ideal conditions for the growth of many rare plant and animal species. During the rainy season, when food is more abundant, the southern cassowary can easily care for and nurture its young. The southern cassowary is the largest flightless bird in tropical regions and plays a crucial role in the rainforest ecosystem of New Guinea. The southern cassowary practices polygyny, where the female lays eggs and leaves the nest, leaving the male to incubate the eggs and raise the chicks. The southern cassowary can grow up to 2 meters tall and weigh up to 130 pounds, making it one of the most powerful and largest bird species in the world. An important feature of the southern cassowary is its hard casque on the head, which helps protect the skull as it moves through dense forests. The southern cassowary can play a role in communication with its glossy black feathers and brightly colored skin on the head and neck, ranging from blue, red, to yellow. The southern cassowary stands out while still blending into its rainforest environment. This bird is omnivorous, primarily eating fruit, especially large fruits. This makes them important seed dispersers in tropical rainforests, contributing to the growth of various plant species by digesting and excreting seeds. They play a vital role in maintaining the biodiversity of the rainforest. Conservation efforts are becoming increasingly important to protect the population of this bird species. The Victoria crowned pigeon is one of the largest and most impressive pigeon species in the world, with its most distinctive feature being the fan-shaped crest of feathers, resembling an elegant crown. This bird was named to honor Queen Victoria of the United Kingdom in the 19th century, when it was first discovered in the dense tropical forests on Yapen Island. The Victoria crowned pigeon has developed remarkable adaptations to its habitat. With a body length of 28 to 30 inches and a weight of around 5.5 to 7.7 pounds, it is one of the largest pigeon species. Its dark blue feathers and purple-pink chest feathers help it blend into its surroundings, while its bright red eyes add to its majestic appearance. The wide fan-shaped crest is a prominent feature, helping this bird attract mates. The Victoria crowned pigeon spends most of its time on the ground, foraging for fallen fruits and seeds from the forest floor. They primarily eat fruits and seeds, playing an important role in seed dispersal, which helps maintain the biodiversity of the forest. However, this species is currently threatened by habitat loss and illegal hunting, and the International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN, lists it as a vulnerable species. The Indonesian archipelago, one of the world's biodiversity hotspots, is facing severe challenges. The stunning landscapes, from dense tropical rainforests to mangrove forests and swamps, are gradually shrinking due to resource exploitation, deforestation, and urbanization. The habitats of many native plant and animal species are under serious threat. The lush forests are disappearing, leaving behind the grim sight of declining biodiversity and pollution. Vast primary forests, particularly in Sumatra, Borneo, and New Guinea, are being destroyed to make way for palm oil plantations and other industrial crops. As of 2023, over 16 million hectares of land have been converted into palm oil plantations. Wild species like the Sumatran tiger, Bornean orangutan, and Javan rhinoceros are losing their natural habitats, with about 80% of the orangutan's habitat destroyed in the past 2 decades. Indonesia, rich in mineral resources such as coal, gold, nickel, bauxite, and oil, has become one of the world's leading mining centers. However, this extraction has caused significant environmental and biodiversity impacts. The primary forests in Borneo, Sumatra, and New Guinea have been destroyed to serve coal and bauxite mining activities. As of 2023, 15% of Indonesia's tropical forests have been destroyed by these activities. Indonesia, one of the countries most affected by climate change, is facing serious environmental challenges, including deforestation and resource extraction. Rapid industrialization and resource extraction activities have pushed the country into a state of severe ecological imbalance. The average temperature in Indonesia has increased by about 1 degree Celsius compared to pre-industrial times, leading to extreme weather phenomena such as floods, droughts, and forest fires. Climate change has placed immense pressure on Indonesia's ecosystems, making biodiversity conservation more urgent than ever. Climate change and human activities have spread throughout every corner of Indonesia's ecosystem like an invisible but devastating wave. Indonesia's tropical forests, once a lush refuge for rare and endemic species, are now increasingly becoming barren. Many wildlife species are now facing the threat of severe extinction. Nature is crying out in desperation. To address these environmental challenges, Indonesia has made strong commitments to protect its diverse and sensitive ecosystems through the establishment of conservation areas and forest protection initiatives. One of the key measures is the establishment of marine protected areas, MPAs, with the goal of protecting 32.5 million hectares of ocean by 2030. These areas play a crucial role in protecting rare marine species and ensuring the sustainability of coral reefs. Lorentz National Park is one of the largest tropical rainforest reserves and is recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It is home to rare species such as the Sumatran tiger, Javan rhinoceros, and New Guinea crocodile. In addition to protecting wildlife, this national park also helps maintain freshwater ecosystems and safeguard rare plant species. The Raja Ampat Marine Reserve offshore is one of the most biodiverse places in the world and plays an important role in protecting coral reefs and marine animals such as turtles, hammerhead sharks, and dolphins. In 2023, the Indonesian government expanded the protected area, enhancing monitoring and promoting sustainable management. Indonesia is also focusing on restoring mangrove forests, with the goal of restoring 2 million hectares of mangrove forests by 2030. This is an important step in protecting the habitats of many wildlife species and reducing greenhouse gas emission. Additionally, the REDD+ program helps reduce deforestation and forest fires, with a commitment to cut emissions by at least 29% by 2030. In this conservation journey, the restoration and protection of the Sumatran tiger is a success story. This tiger subspecies faces a severe risk of extinction, primarily due to illegal hunting and habitat destruction. Over the past few decades, the primary forests of Sumatra, the tiger's natural habitat, have been severely destroyed due to the expansion of agriculture, particularly palm oil plantations. Have you explored the mystical and colorful beauty of Indonesia? If so, don't hesitate to share your story and experiences in the comments so the Wild Kingdom animal documentary community can admire them. Your story is a great source of motivation, helping to spread the spirit of protecting nature and rare wildlife in Indonesia, as well as preserving beautiful ecosystems for future generations.